I just remembered something. I'm glad I thought of this, because I might not have thought of it tomorrow. This woman I'm meeting up with was not only connected to that old BBS that I was on, but she also had some connection to the old Apology line. Remember, we were on the IRC channel sometime last year, and she blurted out the name of this woman who was utterly obsessed with the Apology line. I think she's the only Apology caller I ever met in person, as far as I know. I mean, there were people I knew who called it just as a curiosity, but I mean, she was the only apologista, as Alan once referred to Apology callers. As far as I know, she's the only one I met in the flesh. So that's the woman I'm seeing tomorrow has some kind of connection. I'm going to find out if she's familiar with the podcast, which I never listened to. I don't think she ever called it herself, but she knew a bunch of people who did. Like I said, we'll have a lot to talk about. I'm actually avoiding emailing her back and forth or messaging her back and forth because I want to save it for tomorrow. And by the way, I'm happy and a little bit lucky to be able to say that tomorrow I get my first shot. I get my first vaccine dose. It's one of two. Pfizer. And I owe it. I would have got an appointment eventually, but the sign-up process just became impenetrable. You get nothing but no availabilities, page after page of sorry. I was kind of relieved to find that other people were saying the same thing, because I thought I was just being stupid or something. But I owe it entirely to my friend Dave, who volunteered to stay up until midnight or however late it was, which is when all the appointments would become available, was in the middle of the night. So it's like I sort of had to crowdsource it, if you will. But he was happy to do it, and so I told the woman I'm meeting up with tomorrow that I have to have enough time to get back up to Ditmars by 4 p.m. And she's a medical professional. She was like, "Congrats, man. It's not easy to get an appointment these days." Yeah, I know. I'm heading up to Ditmars to get my first vaccine shot. Pfizer. Some people have been posting about their side effects. They're making me nervous that I'm going to be miserable all day tomorrow. But everybody gets through it. And somebody says I'm more likely to have these side effects because I had COVID already. I don't know. I had a really good time hanging out with the woman from the old BBS scene. We didn't really talk about that as much as I expected, but there was the inevitable references. We hung out in Central Park for about 2.5 hours. And she seemed interested and interesting. And we decided that she might come out to Astoria sometime to see the sculpture park. Well, we'll see. Meantime, I'm glad I got an early start because I should have expected this train to be delayed. Just one stop before Ditmars. She really surprised me. I take it she's about 55, 56 maybe, a few years older than me. And she really surprised me by saying that she's an amateur radio operator. She's a licensed amateur radio broadcaster. she's even president of the Columbia University Amateur Radio Club. Even though she has no affiliation with Columbia, somehow she got involved with that radio club because they needed somebody to take charge of it. That was pretty cool. And she's like the only woman that she's ever encountered in that hobby, in that field. She had a lot of interesting stuff to talk about. Twice divorced. She's been around in some abusive relationships, complicated relationships, and so have I. Anyway, see how the shot goes. As I said in an earlier spot, I owe this appointment to my friend Dave, who volunteered to stay up till the middle of the night when appointments became available on the websites. So he booked me. Today's Sunday. I guess I come back in 2 or 3 weeks. Haven't got a shot yet, though. Well, I'm a bit of a dumbass. My appointment's not till tomorrow. I swear somebody said Sunday, but maybe... I don't know. I don't know what day of the week it is, but I guess it's better off that I was a day early than a day late. So I'll just have to make it up here again tomorrow. What sucks is I could have hung out with my new friend a little longer, because I cut out early to make sure I could get all the way from Central Park up to Ditmars. And I did make perfect time, except that I'm 24 hours early.